What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Clutch. Tonight we have someone that I had the joy of meeting at Arlington. I didn't get to talk to this dude very much, unfortunately, so I decided it was time to fucking sit down and talk with this dude. One of the coolest cats that I've met in the industry so far. This dude, like, I don't even know how to explain it. This dude like radiates charisma. Like there ain't no little man syndrome or anything like that with this dude. He's just straight badass. He's giving me the fucking look from behind right now. All right, put your hands together for Jose, man.
Yo,
What's
you a
up,
trip.
brother? What's
What's
up,
going
brother?
on, bro?
You like that shit? Oh man. Oh,
Napoleon
all right.
complex all day. Little
Yeah,
man in a big body.
Napoleon. Yeah. Hey, that's why you gotta pump that iron, bro. You gotta pump it.
Yeah,
I'll
I
be
gotta
looking.
hang with
I
the big
have your
boy.
pictures on Instagram. I might have to pull shit. I might have to pull up some of the videos you sent me on WhatsApp. Like
You want
Mr.
some?
Trying to Suave sending up that fucking Tinder profile and shit. If you
Yo,
guys
you
didn't know the side business, I'm setting up Tinder profiles for reptile keepers now.
crazy.
Oh fuck, man. Uh, so how you doing, brother? How you doing?
Everything's good. Just got out of work.
Hell yeah.
Chilling, bro. Same old stuff, different day. Today's feeding day, so you know.
Hell yeah. So we'll try to keep this not appropriate. Y'all know I can't do that shit. But we're gonna keep this at a decent time so Mr. Jose can do his stuff.
Nah, we good.
So I I gotta get it out of the way, man. Like we were talking about it a little while ago. I've wanted to do like so many sexual innuendo jokes with your business name.
You don't know how many grown men start
Where
blushing when they see it.
oh shit. Where the hell did you come up with that name, man?
All right. Pretty much every choice I make that's financial, I really have to sit back and think about it. You know what I mean? I'm a single father with two kids and I do everything on my own. So spending money on snakes was something I really had to sit down and think about what I wanted to do because according to my plans, I didn't want two or three gene animals. I wanted some strong animals that I could really start doing things with right away because I'm not a spring chicken, you know what I mean? I got some age behind me and I want to propel forward. So with that being said, I really had to grab my balls and make a decision and I made the decision to do this and I'm rocking out and I'm having a great time doing it.
Hell yeah, man. That's fucking great. I like the way you put that. Hell yeah.
Thank you.
That's that's ingenious, man. Like
Thanks,
it's
man.
straight. That's a mentality though. Like that's the next thing. It's kind of been a play on what I've been saying the whole time. Is like you have this New York state of mind, this New York charisma to you. And if you spend any time in the city over there, which I've been blessed enough in my life to be able to visit New York a couple of times. And I actually lived in New England for a little while, so it wasn't that far of a drive. So you got to go see the Apple, man. You got to go see Central
Yeah,
Park and uh,
that's my rocks right
just
there.
do
Like I
all
like
that
to
stuff,
stay there.
man. But there's a mentality there that you don't get anywhere else. Like no one, no one out hustles a dude in New York at all. Like you
Is
got the
that
band.
what it is that everybody in New York try to hustle each other, period. You know what I mean? So you grow up learning to read the signs and all that. So you got to play the game or get eaten up out here.
Hell yeah. And y'all, you're gonna hear me cough a bit. I'm taking cough drops down. I'm doing water. But my kid came back sick from school, so he got daddy, and I'm trying to fight this shit off. Like I feel good, but I just got a cough. Um, or maybe I'm just doing some other stuff. Who knows?
You feeling my shit?
Ah, but so like for real, it's a concrete jungle out there, and you put that in a lot of your tags, and I appreciate that, man. Like
Yeah.
you try to keep it with the mentality that's up there, and you try to keep it with what you were brought up as, and
I try to stay
authenticity
me.
is huge, man.
Right. I try to just be myself, you know, and I'm not everybody's flavor. You know, I don't expect to everybody, you know, like me. But at the end of the day, I'm planning on making some magic in the hobby. So I hope that they like what I got coming.
Hell yeah. So let's jump into that. Where's your head at in this hobby? Like what brought you in, and where's your focus
Wow.
at in this hobby right now?
I just wanted a snake, bro. That's it. My whole life, my mom is religious, so you know I couldn't get no snake while living with her. And reptiles is very thin to find in New York. So to find even a store, a pet shop or something is you gotta leave the city. And so you out of sight, out of mind. I didn't see no snakes, reptiles, so I just kept it moving. Started breeding dogs and everything like that because dogs, pit bulls in the city is everything. So I love all types of animals. I had hamsters and all that. And I bred hamsters to feed the dogs and everything. So I've
Feed the
always been a
dogs. Hold
yeah.
on, hold on.
I bred hamsters to feed the dogs, meaning I sold the hamsters to the pet shops and to
Oh,
friends
okay.
and
Yeah, I
stuff
was
like that.
like,
They wasn't
you
eating
doing
dogs.
like
I mean, they
hamsters
wasn't
and
eating
gerbils?
hamsters.
You doing that raw meat diet over there? What's going on?
Nah, I wasn't feeding them rodents for sure.
Shit.
And yes, I always been breeding stuff. Whatever I owned, I bred. And
Yeah.
I got a snake, and when I went to my first expo, I couldn't understand why I was seeing snakes for fucking $3,000. Like it just it was retarded to me at the time. I didn't understand what I was looking at.
Right.
So I picked up my first snake, which was a pastel Enchi orange ghost. So I got hyped because when I went and I did the research behind it, I felt like I picked up a good first snake. You know what I mean? And it was recessive, and I learned about recessive and everything. And I was like, wow, that's pretty dope. Now I started seeing the big boys on YouTube doing their thing, and I'm like, wow, if they do what I've been doing all my life with other animals, so I was like, yo, I gotta do this. This is what I do.
Right.
And I just sat down and started doing more research, and I realized then why there's snakes for $3,000 and so on, such on. So the next snake, the first snake I bought was $125. The second snake I bought was $1,000. Then it went to $3,000, and everything since then been like a $3,000 price tag. You know what I mean? So after I bought that first $1,000 snake, it was like, yo, I gotta spend the money and don't be scared. I gotta just do it. Grab your balls.
Yeah. That grab your balls came in real quick. Like,
Yeah.
hell yeah, man. That's
So with that being said, the plans I got is just pretty much making my own double hets and just keep growing from there. Like I got a
fire.
clutch that look like she about to drop tomorrow. I've been waiting on this girl forever. But I should be getting double supers out of that. So let's see what happens.
Hell yeah. Where are you where are you heading in it? Like, you obviously said you want to go double supers and you're doing your double hets, things like that. What's the morph that has your eye right now? Like, where's your head at in the whole breeding industry?
Well, as far as one morph, I don't have just one
Like,
morph. Like, I love them all pretty much. But what I'm working with, as far as double recessives go, would be like clown, pied, DG. What else I got in there? I just got a bunch of recessive stuff. I'm trying to get me some puzzle in this sooner or later.
hell
And
yeah.
I'm just making a bunch of hets, man. Like I got all these different codarms. I got like this crazy 5G animal is pastel, acid, pinstripe, Leo, and calico. So I'm gonna stick that to a double recessive
Oh,
right away and just
you all over, man.
yeah,
I
just
like
make
it.
a lot of stuff, man. It's
Hell
gonna
yeah.
take time. It's more like a 5-year plan. Like right now, I just got 3 breeder females. One of them I don't even think she's gonna go, which was my most anticipated. But yeah, ain't that's how it always works. So next year.
That's how it goes, brother. You can't
Yep.
be upset about it. You just, like we've been talking about, you just got to do the hustle. Like,
Hmm.
I know how you feel, man. I've hit that point. Like, it took me 2 years of pairing to finally get my first one to drop. And then after the first one dropped, I was like, oh, fuck, here we go. And it's been nonstop ever since, which is good, but it changes your mindset on things. You know what I mean? Because you can't just be like, okay, well, I'm gonna do this, and you're kind of in that mindset, right? Like you want to do it, and you're like, I'm gonna do this, and then you push it, and you push it, and you push it, and you're not seeing that productivity yet. And so it's in your mind, well, this is gonna be easy. It's gonna be like this. But once it happens and it starts rolling, it's a different frame of mind, and you got to change that, and you got to roll with it. You got to do that hustle every day because taking
Well,
care of hundreds
everything,
of snakes is fucking not easy.
everything, to my opinion, everything that's worth anything takes work. So
Exactly.
I expect all these hiccups down the road and all that, and anticipate them, and I'm ready.
So how big is the collection right now, man?
I got 12. I sold 2, so yeah, I'm with 12 right now.
Okay. And you
Yep,
said you got three breeder sized females right now.
yep.
You doing your own rats,
Yes,
right?
I
Well,
do. I do
ASF.
ASF only. Yep. I'm in the process of growing because I'm about to make some more racks. I'm actually gonna designate a whole room for rats. I'm always wiped out on them. You know what I mean? I take care of pretty much the whole city with my ASF collection. So
Dang.
um, I can't keep up with everybody. You know, hatching season is here, so everybody's mad at me like, yo, I need rats. So I gotta step it up.
No, I got you. I got you. It's a struggle, man. I'm trying to do the same thing down here in El Paso. Not with ASFs, but with regular rats.
My plan, my goal is that to one day take care of the tri-state on some delivery service. You know, it's hard to get rats out here in the city. I mean, you walk outside your building in your house and you see rats running around, but to actually get them from a pet shop or something, you don't find them. Like I literally got to go to New Jersey to get feeders. You
damn.
know, so it's not worth it. And then the feeders is like $10 a rat, so it don't
Between
it
gas and
don't
the
weigh
feeder,
out.
yeah.
Yeah. So you know, I don't
My,
come from money, so I definitely had to breed my own.
you're gonna get some New York jokes. That's my pops right there. Uh,
Oh yeah, some subway rats will rob you. They
that's my
take your
pops.
whole breakfast and your lunch money
Uh,
and your
uh,
sneakers.
so you're trying to set up essentially two businesses at the same time, then,
Yeah,
because you're
they
doing
work.
the
They co.
rats and you
They
do
work hand in hand. But to
right.
be honest with you, the rats is way more work, bro. Like
Oh,
that's a
for sure.
daily thing, and I take care. I wake up early to take care of them early in the morning, and then I check them when I get back from work. But before I get to work, it's like 2, 3 hours just doing stuff for the rats and checking on the snakes. But yeah, it
And
goes hand in hand. Like um, when I had my first 2 snakes, like I said, I was having trouble finding feeders, so I went and I traveled like 3 hours one way and 3 hours coming back to go get those things. And I've been producing them, and I'm happy I got them. They don't stink, so you know I'm in an apartment. I'm so grateful that things don't stink because I couldn't do it. More like cats, yeah.
so how many racks are you running for ASFs, or like what's your output right now for ASFs?
Well, I got big bins for them, so I do like 2 males to like 10 to 14 females, and the reason why I do 2 males is because when I first started doing it, I realized that some male ASFs are sterile, like they just don't produce, and if they do, the babies is just dying.
Hmm.
So I do 2 just in case one is sterile, because you can't switch males once they make a colony. You know what I mean? So I cut the risk
Yeah.
down and just throw 2 males in there with an abundance of females, so they everybody's happy.
So they do kind of like mice, where they'll gang up on a male if you try to add another male in.
Hmm.
All right,
They definitely tribal animals.
all right, all right.
And as
And
far as
then
how many bins I got for the breeders right now, I got 8 breeding tubs, which is nothing, and I got 1 rack for grow ups, which is 6 tubs.
okay. So you putting
So I got 3 for males. So I go
Mhm.
15 grams to 30, 15 to 30 grams in one tub, then 30 grams to 50 grams. Then the next one would be 50 up, and that would be it. And then I do the same for the females.
Okay. Okay.
Yo, what's up, everybody? My fault. I just been talking. I ain't say hi to
No, you
nobody.
straight. For
I don't
some
see comments
reason,
every now and then. I see them pop up, but it's I got it on my phone, so everything's real little.
well, they're saying that it ain't popping up in the chat either. Like I'm seeing it, but
It's
for some
real
reason,
small.
yeah, it's acting weird. I don't know if it's the StreamYard or what it is, but we're gonna work through it, even if we have to just focus on this
There
instead
you
of me
go.
trying to run comments. You know, it is what it is. Um, we did have a couple of questions, not very many. Shane was being typical Shane. There we go, the New York hat. I was waiting for that to come out. Shane being typical Shane asked why you so sexy. Trying to
I'm
start
so
jokes and
excited.
shit. Yeah.
I try to be like him when I grow up. That's why.
Yeah. And then my boy Rob over at KY Constrictors asked where your idea for your logo came from, and I'm gonna let you say that story.
All right. So if you take a really good look at it, there's a skeleton hand in reverse, like this, and then there's 2 snakes, one on each side. So I'll let you put your imagination to use.
Well, I think it's all in the name, but I was
Right.
just
It's just like a hand groping 2 snakes.
okay. So Rob, I hope you've seen it. I
Yo, Rob is a cool dude, man. Shout out to
hope
Rob,
you
yo.
watch. Hell yeah. So you got a pretty good group around there. It seems
Oh,
like
yeah.
you guys got a pretty tight knit community in the city. Who all
Yeah.
are you working with over there? Like, who you guys bounce? Like, how are you guys bouncing ideas off of each other? Like, finding a way to interwork it.
All right, so everybody in the city, I think, is really cool. Like we all tight, we all help each other. Somebody needs something, we call each other up and make it happen. But we have a really tight crew called the Rebel Breeders of New York. My boy Castro, he's the first one to bring that to my attention. Castro's not too much of a social butterfly, but he got pretty cool projects going on. You know what I mean? So me and him clicked right away, and he brought the idea to me, and I was like, yo, I already got the handful of people who I feel should be in it. You know what I mean? Like we was already family, and we didn't know each other from a hole in the wall, and and that's rare for New Yorkers. Like I said, we always feel like somebody want to win something from each other. Like you
Yeah.
can't say hi. Somebody in New York, somebody walk up to you and say hi. It's not just hi. It's hi. Can I have $1? You know what I mean? Or hi, can you buy me something? Like it's not just friendship. Everybody wants something. So when we linked up, it was just like love all the way, family on some real stuff. So
Hell yeah.
um, me and Castro had that talk, and I was like, yo, not for nothing. Gomez is all the way up in Long Island. He's technically not even a rebel because he's okay to breed and keep over there. But he's my brother, so he's definitely a rebel. You know what I mean? Then my other guy, Honey Reptiles, Hector. I can't mention that. I don't go alive without mentioning that dude because he hold me down a lot. You know what I mean? So every live I mention him. Um, there's a bunch of us. Gato Python. She's a really good dude too. I didn't know him from a hole in the wall, and I met him one day. He came to buy rats. Like I said, I supply the city, and he came with a bottle of Hennessy. We just talked, got drunk, and the rest is history. You know, and then we go on vacations and stuff together. So yeah, we all take care of each other, whatever we need.
Hell yeah. Sorry, I'm getting a bad connection over here. I don't know if ours skipped out. Did yours
You
skip
did
at
for
all?
a second. You did for a
Yeah.
second,
All
but
right.
it
All
looked
right.
like you just moved back.
All
Did you
right.
hear me?
I heard most of it. So I'm hoping all of them. So I heard Honey. I heard Gato. Um,
Gomez, Castro.
Gomez, Castro.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now you already know is my brother, so he's in Jersey, so I can't call him a rebel breeder in New York, but he's definitely family.
And how do you guys like plan stuff out? Do you just say, "Hey, we meeting at this house," or how's it all
Well,
worked out
to
so
be
far?
honest, we haven't all gotten together everywhere other than Arlington. Like Arlington was the
Really?
closest that we all got together. Yeah, you know what I mean? Other than that, we all like there's pockets. We just hang out randomly.
Okay.
You know? We was planning on something before COVID to do in Hector's bar at the time, but COVID hit, and then that was that.
It happens, man. Hector's
Yeah,
good people too. Like I didn't meet him until Arlington after he did an interview with one of my business partners, Marita from Deadly Tarantula Girl.
yeah, that's my
But
homie.
he's good people, man. Like I've really enjoyed him. He brought out. I didn't know he was in the Monarch project, and then he started sending her stuff, and now I'm like, fucking rolling through, scrolling honey reptiles at weird hours of the night, feeling kind of weird about
Man,
myself. Like, feel like I'm stalking dudes, you know.
yo, when I
But
go to his house, it's crazy. I be and I've seen his collection already. You know what I mean? But every time I go, I'm like, yo, I gotta see this again. You got babies? What hatch? Let me see what hatch. You know what I mean? He got some stuff.
yes,
And
sir.
but yeah, you got a pretty good crew too, man. You know?
We bringing it together, man. Like we're trying to. Obviously, Texas is kind of known for the reptile mafia, as Chris so kindly puts it. I ain't part of that, but we got our own little crew, man, and we get together as much as we can. We do what we can with each other, and we promote each other, and just kind of do our thing. And it's been extremely helpful.
You know
Um,
what's real crazy though? When I was younger, man, like I was always been into watching stuff on TV, like for animals. There's not too many animals out here, like I keep mentioning. So I always watch like National Geographic, Steve Irwin, and all that. But I remember coming across Delhi Tarantula's girls YouTube back in the days. You know what I mean? And I used to watch it with my cousin. She had randomly text me to see how I was doing, and which I appreciate. You know, she always checking up on me. And I had just finished seeing my cousin. Matter of fact, I was with my cousin, and she texted me. I'm talking to her, and I'm like, I mentioned to my cousin, I'm talking to the Delhi Tarantula girl. He goes, "What? Nah." And I go, "Look." And he goes, "Get the fuck out of here." He's like, "Yo, I grew up watching her." I'm like, "Dawg, she's the shit." You know what I mean? She's good people.
I can't say enough about her or her partner. Like they brought me in like family from day one, man. They've they've taken me under their wing. They're one of my closest mentors and friends at this point. Like we're always bouncing ideas off of each other. We're doing uh breeding loans. Well, not even breeding loans. We're just like, hey, you want to try to breed this? All right, here you go. You know, if something happens, let me know.
Yeah,
But
that's
it
like
is
kind of
what
where
it
me and
is.
my family at
Yeah,
right now
that's
too.
right.
Like uh I don't know if you know, but my first egg cutting was at Gomez's house. He has a YouTube video out about that. So I cut it, and all the eggs was normals. So I wound up getting one of the normals off of him. It was double head candy pods,
All right.
and right now she's sitting at almost 1,900 grams, and she about to go back to his place. You know what I mean? And I'm not expecting nothing crazy out of it, and I'm sure he's not neither. But it's just the fact that we could do that together. That's
Oh, yeah.
great. You know what I mean? It just feels good, bro.
Man, I could tell you in the city.
Yeah, you hear the sirens, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Somebody
I'm
just probably
sorry.
got
I
hit at
had
the
to.
door.
I had to.
That's all day. If it was in the daytime, you hear the train.
Oh man. So what do you do outside of reptiles? Like
Oh man.
I want to get to know who Jose is before we just stick in
All right.
reptiles.
First, most important thing, I'm a father. Like I do everything and anything for my kids. Uh, they here are my drive. Then after that, my hustle is I'm a personal trainer, and I have 3 routes in New York City and Harlem. selling beverages and snacks and stuff like that to supermarkets and bodegas and whatever drugstores everywhere. Like I've literally run Harlem for the company.
Damn, bro.
Yeah,
That's a hard
so,
working man.
yeah, no sleep, but it's all right. Like I said, my kids is my drive, and I just do it so they don't have to live like I live. You know.
Right, right. No, I respect that, man. I'm definitely trying to do the same for my kids, you know. Like I remember what I grew up with, what I didn't grow up with. I want my kids
Hmm.
to have better. I want them to be able to feel like if they deserve something, like I ain't giving them nothing, you know. Like I just got that mentality. Like I had to earn what I got. You gonna earn yours.
100.
But uh obviously I want to be able to provide that if they did earn it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Um which is something we kind of worried about when I was growing up, you know? Like we wasn't ever worried about a house over our head or anything like that. We had food, we had the essentials, you know, but it was like, hey, I kind of like this, I'll work for it, and it's just like it ain't in the budget.
Hmm.
And which is fine. There ain't nothing wrong with that. I think that turned me into who I am today cuz like my head, once I have my eyes set on something saying, hey, I'm going to get this, there ain't no doubt. I'm going to
That's
get
how I
this.
was too. Like I was a knucklehead as a kid. My parents, they was together. They recently just got separated. They 73 years old, but prior to that, they've been together my whole life. You know what I mean? So um they did their best. I can't knock my parents at all. They really did everything in their power to do what they had to do. But I was a knucklehead. I like to have my own. I don't like to hear no. I work hard to get a yes. You know what I mean? So I left my house at 13 years old. I lived in Florida for a couple years on my own. Came back out here because I got into trouble out there trying to survive. You know what I'm saying? And my mom was like, "Listen here, boy. You know, don't let me go down there and whoop your ass." So I came back up here, and I when I came back up here, I realized like, yo, I gotta change, yo. So I started doing better for myself, and then really focusing on breeding dogs and all that. But that was not like the snake world. You know, the snake world is, well, to me at least, it was welcoming to me. Shout out to Steve at Las Vegas Ball Pythons. He was the first person to reach out to me. You know what I mean? And that's when I had a snake in a fish tank. You feel me? And I was
Yeah.
having humidity issues. Like I didn't know how to keep the humidity in the fish tank. So he hit me up randomly too, out of nowhere. I was just posting shit on IG. I didn't speak to nobody yet. He hit me up and he was like, "Yo, this is what you can do." And I started bothering him every day after that. And then it's crazy because I reached out to other people too, since the community was welcoming to me. I reached out to other people too, and I assumed that people was more friendly, but I found out that there is some grimy out there. Like
Oh, for sure.
they people talk to you like, yeah, you can do this, but I was always trying to learn more, about everything, like the snakes and the business aspect of this. So I'm asking people about their logos, like I wasn't even I didn't have a logo at the time neither. So I can understand they probably like, yo, why he asking me about my logo? He probably trying to steal my shit. But I was asking if everybody was trademarked or whatever the case may be, because there's all these dope logos and pretty much nobody was trademarked. So I'm like, yo, you don't get scared to lose all your hard work. And that's when I noticed I started getting blocked. You know what I mean? So he probably thought that, yo, he's trying to steal my shit. But I was just curious, you know what I mean? I want to know why you didn't do that. I want to put a logo out, and I'm glad I did it with a trademark, because as soon as I put my logo out, it almost got snatched.
Right,
You
right.
know,
Well, I
so
mean,
I
and
was
you
just
you
curious trying to
started
learn.
big dollar too. Like it's not like you started with a bunch of $200, $300 snakes, which there ain't nothing wrong. Like I'm not bashing anybody that has to do it that way. But when you start dropping thousands of dollars right off the bat, you need that. You need that brand. You need that
Mm-hmm.
trademark. You got to watermark your shit. You got to save your animals because there's, as much as I love this community, man, like you said, there are some shiesty ass people. There's scammers everywhere. You're not gonna avoid scammers in any industry that you're in at this point. Like, you get fucking 10 phone calls a day if you let that fucking phone ring of just scams. Like, that's just the world that we live in now, unfortunately. You know what I mean? But having that brand, having that trademark, doing that watermarking, it's something you have to do at this point to, one, save yourself, because you're going to get a lot of blowback, and two, if you have that on there, people are going to come back to you and be like, all right, I know this was your animal. Hey, someone's trying to fuck around with your pictures or something like that, Like,
Yeah, I
and
used
I've
to
been
do that
saved by
heavily.
it. I'm bad about it. Like, I
Yeah, that's
still
what
hate
I'm
watermarking
saying.
shit. I hate watermarking shit,
I
man.
used
I
to
don't
do
want
it
to take that
heavily.
extra 10 seconds.
I feel you on that. I'm real quick. Even to turn the light on sometimes. I'm like, yo, fuck it, I'll just do it with my flash. And then I regret it, like, yo, that picture looks so bad. But it's already posted, so I take it down.
Yeah. But that's the way it is, man. Like, sometimes you just gotta take that extra time, essentially. And that's the only way we're gonna improve this industry, is we stay serious about it. Us taking the lazy route, which I ain't gonna lie, man. Like, half the time when I'm taking pictures at 3 o'clock in the morning.
And that's
Like,
what I'm saying. No sleep. So
you
I'm
think I'm
just like,
thinking
fuck
about
it.
anything? I'm trying to get pictures done so I can go to bed, you know? But
I try to do it. Like I said, I do everything by myself. So while I'm changing rats and they trying to jump out the bin, I ain't got time to be there with my camera. Like, yo, record this
uh,
shit. But
uh,
if I had help, it'd be different. But I'm more concerned about my animals, and when I got everything situated, I'm finally producing stuff. I would take better quality pictures. Right now, these are my babies. They not going nowhere, you know. But the babies that I produce to sell, that'll be something different. I'll take better pictures of that and show everybody what's really going on.
okay.
I'm big at looking at parents too, though. Like now, when I buy a snake, I ask to see parents, and I even ask about where the grandparents came from. You know,
You want
because
that lineage.
yeah, I don't
You're
want I
taking
don't
it
want
serious.
drama later on when I create a snake and then it has issues. You know what I mean? I want quality. You can't say you have quality and then breed snakes with damages.
Hmm. I gotta know, man. As a personal trainer, sorry, I'm jumping all over the place,
This is
but
all right. I'm the same
I
way.
gotta
I
know.
got
Like,
ADHD.
as a personal trainer, man, like, are there days where you're just like, you just laughing at your clients?
I laugh with them all the time. I don't know if you see the video I posted. The guy was laid out on the floor and he was trying to just find himself, and I'm like, "Yo, you all right? You want me to call an ambulance?" And he was like just he didn't even talk. He just like showing me one finger, like 1 second. And he was wearing a shark shirt, a great white shark shirt. So I'm like, "Come on, get up! You a shark!" And I go like this with the camera. I'm like, "You a shark!" And you hear me laughing at him the whole time. But my clients love me, man. Like I do, I try to make their life better. You know what I mean? So,
Now, how long you been doing personal training?
oh, that's another long story, bro. So I guess right now, consistently, I've been doing it for 4 years. But I've been physically training in the gym since I was 26. But I got hit by SUV 2018, and I was paralyzed for a little while, and I had to learn how to walk and all that again.
Damn.
And my doctors at the time was telling me, "Yo, just forget about your career. You know what I mean? You can't do this no more." And at that time, I was crazy strong. Like I used to weigh 135 pounds, and I was bench pressing 275. So I was a beast. And when I got hit by the SUV, I say that's what really saved me. You know what I'm saying? But it took a lot. It took about 2 years to really be normal again. But that whole time, the doctors is just mentally beating me down. And then I went to therapy and stuff, and I was like, "Yo, this is gym. This is the same shit like gym. Fuck those doctors." I went back to the gym and I started doing me little by little. And I'm not nowhere near as strong as I was. Like right now, I'm 165, and I'm only messing with 225 on the bench. But I'm not trying to be as crazy as I was in the gym. I'm not as young as I used to be. You know, I'm just trying to be strong. I like to be strong. Oh,
Dang.
he froze. You there with me,
I
bro?
mean, I don't. Yeah. Yeah, I got you. My stuff's fucking wigging out on me real quick, but that's still strong as hell, man. Like I'm like 210 right now, so you bench pressing me.
Yeah, kind of easy
Like
too.
that. Ah, yeah. All right. We'll see what happens when we get on the floor at Arlington, bro. Um, uh,
Nah, I will fuck with y'all military dudes in the push-ups, man.
nah, I ain't doing push-ups. Fuck that. Me and Anton are trying to set up a little grappling match while we're at Arlington. Trying to get all the details still set up on that
I
thing.
had a talk with him when I first met him a long time ago, like about a year ago on the gram. When I found out he was a trainer and all that for like martial arts and everything, I thought that was crazy though, because that's where I came from too. I used to do all of that. But ever since the car accident, I can't really be grappling no more. You know what I mean?
Right.
If I fight, it's to whoop some ass and that's it.
No, I feel you. I'm not that. I mean, I ain't old, but I ain't that young buck anymore. You know, like I don't want to fight. I don't want to fucking hurt for a couple of days. But I mean, you know, like everything that we're doing, it's for U.S. ARC. It's to raise
Oh,
awareness. It's
that's
to
hot.
raise
I'll
money.
put money on that.
It's like,
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
like that's why I said yes. Like because I made that. You remember
That's for
last?
this Arlington coming?
Yeah, we're supposed to be
Oh,
doing
hell
it
yeah.
with
I'm not
Arlington.
missing that.
So me and Anton were like talking shit to each other, and we made that post where we were like, it was like the standoff, right? And I was making jokes since last Arlington. So like for the last 6 months, I've been making jokes at him like, hey, when are we gonna main card it? When are we gonna
Oh,
fucking fight?
man.
Like when's this going
He gonna
down?
make you tap
You
out,
want to
bro.
do it? Oh, he's gonna tap me out in like a couple minutes, bro. Easy, easy. Like I ain't got no belts or nothing. I fucking. So to be fair, I
And
know a
he's mad
little bit.
fucking big, yo. I didn't
Yeah.
on TV. He don't look that big. I stood up to him like, yo, my guy,
Yo,
like, yo,
his forearm's twice the size of my arm. Like I'm
he's a
gonna get
big
my
dude.
ass whooped, but it is.
That's a big dude. I didn't think he was that big, to be honest. And when I seen him in person, I was like, shit, so
I was
I
hoping
gotta
I can at
stand
least put
back.
on.
I can't hear you. I couldn't hear you, bro.
Yeah, like as long as we put on a show, man, that's all I care about. I just don't want to be like, all right, 30 seconds in, he fucking pinned my ass or he got me to tap. Like,
Oh no, he's gonna play
if I
with
can
you.
hold on for a little bit, I'll be happy, you know?
It's gonna be cat and mouse in there. You gotta run, Philly.
Um, I'm kind of wondering if it's because I'm doing this double stream, in all honesty. Um, so if you guys are following us on Facebook right now, I'm gonna drop the Facebook or see if I can, because I want this to get pushed. So if you're on Facebook, move over to YouTube right now.
Please and thank you.
Yeah. I may have just messed that up. There we go. Boom. All right. Hopefully that works now. I don't know why my fucking you paying for business internet and you're like,
Am I freezing though? Because I know
no,
sometimes it's
I
my
don't think it's
phone.
you at all, man. I think it's just my Wi-Fi. And I'm paying for business Wi-Fi. I don't understand this crap. I shouldn't be having issues.
You gotta call them up and flip out.
I'm about to.
You gotta put your New York hat on first.
All right, yeah. They said it's just me. Like you running smooth, it's all just me. So my fault on this, guys. Like definitely, I'm gonna get this figured out. We're gonna have Jose on again if this ends up being crappy because I ain't gonna do my boy like that. I've been
That's
waiting
all
too
good.
long to talk to him, so I ain't
Whenever you're
doing
ready,
like that.
I'm ready all the time, bro.
Hell yeah, that's what I like to hear. But So like we're doing it for US Arc, right? And it is what it is. I'm super excited about it. I get my ass whooped. I know I'm gonna get my ass whooped, but I want to go down with a good fight. And hopefully I did enough while I was on the MMA team for the Army for Fort Bliss. So I did that
Yeah.
for a little while. Like I
Okay.
ain't no fucking purple belt or nothing, but I got some experience. You know what I mean?
So you gonna put
Like
on the show? I hear you. Let's go.
I'm hoping. Like it might be more wrestling. You know what I mean? Like
That's
it's
fine.
gonna be like a wrestling match.
Fight your fight.
We might have
Fight.
to go some WWE in this motherfucker because it's gonna be scripted, so I don't get my ass beat too quick. No, it is what it is. Like whatever happens. I'm excited for it though.
Fight your fight. Go for the legs.
Yeah, nah. Man, I don't even know. Like I'm nervous about it, but it is what it is. Let's get back to it. You bring in your kids. Well, we talked about it, and you said you trying to come back down to Arlington, and you looking to bring the kids.
I'm bringing
How
my
old your
son with me,
kids?
not my daughter, just my son.
Okay.
My daughter's with her mom right now.
All right.
So yeah, my son is 15 and my daughter's 11.
All right. Is he into the snakes at all, or is
I
he just kind of
mean,
like on the outside looking in right now?
yeah, that's how he is. He holds the snakes. He likes to mess with the snakes, but he don't care about none of this. Like they just pest him. He do help me with the rats. I try to tell him that we're gonna make this happen for the city. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
as a part-time gig, I'm gonna put him on so he can see how it is to, really break your ass and work.
Oh, yeah. As it should be. I like that. That's a good perspective, man. He into sports?
Basketball. He loves basketball. It's New York. Who don't like basketball? Huh?
I mean, I feel
We don't
like
have we don't have like grass. You can't play football. You know what I mean? Everything's
you got those
basketball
dirt
with that.
lots, man.
And then that's flag all the time. And you
Yeah,
gotta be careful you don't fall into no drug needles and shit.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, I guess basketball would be the sport of choice down there.
Yeah, I
It's
mean
safe
the
and
lots
salted.
you can play baseball, they do stickball out here, they do handball. Handball is a big thing out here in my neighborhood. Um in the what you call it, in the wintertime when it does snow, they do snowball fights and shit like that. The neighborhood just goes crazy with each other for a little while.
Hell yeah. So if you could push your aspirations, and I'm not saying that you should. I don't think any father um should force their dreams onto their kids, but like I kind of have my mentality, right? Like I want my oldest to look at this way of life, and I want my daughter to look at this way of life, right? And my little boy is like my clone copy. Like my youngest is my clone, man. Like so when I look at him, I'm like, I'm gonna put a football in your hand the second that you can hold it. I'm gonna have you running through motherfuckers the second that you can do it. Like it's just the mentality, right? But what would your aspirations be to like kind of give towards your child? Is it like
See,
a
with,
certain thing you want to see him do in life, or
with
is
me,
it just a
I
mentality?
as a baby and everything, I just wanted him to learn himself. You know what I mean? Because I feel like I learned myself way too late in life. I was just going with the flow. I didn't know who I was. I want him to know who he is and just try to be better than me. That's all I ask from him.
Right.
As far as anything else, you do you. Just be better than me.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. The same thing with your daughter, I would assume.
Oh
And
no, I
that's like
spoiled the hell out of her though.
that's princess though.
Yeah, I'm her butter, bro. Every time I see her, I just like, oh, come here. She stay with her mom a lot. You know what I mean? I got custody of her and everything, but I let her do as she want. I don't force my kids to do something they don't want to do. So if my son tells me tomorrow, like, yo, dad, I want to go to my mom's house, go to your mom's house. That's on y'all. I know where I stand with my family, so there's no love lost. You know? So she's spending a lot of time over there. So when I do see her, I'm all over her.
Hell yeah. I feel you, man. Like uh, you know the song "Butterfly Kisses"?
By who?
Uh, so a bunch of people have done it. Like
Oh,
I
all
think
right.
the only version I could find for my phone to like learn it was Bob Carlyle.
I
But
can't say I know
the
that.
one that I remember, like the one I grew up with and I knew, was by Michael Bolton. And I think he did a cover of it from someone else. It's an old school song, man. It's like probably 60s, 70s. Easy.
No, I can't say that I do, but I'll check it out though. You said Butterfly Kisses, Michael Bolton.
That song, yeah, I've been listening to it over and over and over again. And like that's how I put my daughter to sleep every night. Or like when it's her nap time, I sing that song to her, and like I gotta have the phone going still because I can't hit those damn notes. I smoked for way too long. Yeah, man. Like I smoked for way too long. I got a deep ass voice. I ain't hitting those high notes, but uh, it's just kind of my thing, you know. Like it's my way to connect with her for a second before it happens, or before she
It's cool.
starts growing up. You know, something for her to remember. Um, but so jumping back into it, how big do you want to see your collection go, man? Like,
That's a good question, man. I want to grow within,
where do you
so
think a
I'm trying
stopping
to
point's
hold
gonna
back a lot of stuff
be?
and just create visuals, and then hold on to stuff, and then breed them again. And I don't know, to be honest, but I know that I'm not gonna have like a huge facility. Like again, once again, I don't come from money, so wherever I have is gonna be close to me. Like right now, we in my bedroom. You see everything behind me, you know. So I feel like even when I move, like I'm planning to move soon. You know what I mean, to do this business I was talking about. Um, I still feel like I need to have my snakes right with me. So even if they have their own room, it's gonna be the room next to me. I might
Hell yeah.
change in the future. This is just my, five-year plan. And then after the five, next year I'm gonna have to keep thinking about the 5-year plan. Shit change. Life happens. But
Oh yeah, you always change it, man. Like you
right.
gotta you gotta just take it and run with it. I like your thought on it though, man. Like you're keeping everything close. You're doing it the way that you know how to. You're setting yourself up for the way that you know you will succeed. And then you're gonna take it from there, which is where a lot of people go wrong. Like everyone jumps in, and I'm not gonna say I didn't fucking do it myself, man. Like I jumped in and I started buying a whole bunch of shit that I had no vision for. And I was just like, I want to get into it. I want to breed. I want to do this. Like, this is what I want to do. And then I got a little overwhelmed and I almost dropped it, which is fucking stupid to say because I love this shit, you know? And it's like, but the stress and not having a vision was like,
We
why the
human,
fuck am
bro.
I here? Yeah.
Yeah, we human. We
So
go through this shit.
talking to the right people, refocusing myself, and like actually working with shit I like and not just taking anything in. Like once I pulled it close to me, and that's why I said it, man. Like you hold it close to you. Once I pulled it close to me again and started working what I wanted to work instead
Mm-hmm.
of trying to worry about, okay, well, is this going to be profitable? Like who the fuck cares in the first part? Like I'm going to make it profitable because it's
Right,
me.
right.
But you keeping it close gives you the opportunity to really just follow your passion, and that's what it's all about. And a lot of people need to realize that when they're starting out, and not just go buy like 100 freaking snakes in the first year. Like, make sure
I
this is
don't got
something
it
you
like that.
want to do.
If
Yeah,
if
you know
I
what I
had it
mean.
like
Like,
that, I
make sure
probably
you
would
want to.
have.
Like,
Serious, because there's a lot of shit out there that I really want, but it's not in my price range right now. You know what I mean? So
dude,
it's gonna get bought by somebody, and hopefully somebody else will make it again. You know what I mean? But one day I'll be selling my own snake, so or we could do a trade or something.
oh, You'll be there, man. I got no doubt in where you're going. Like you're, like I said, the charisma kind of like overflows off of you, bro. Like
Thank you, man.
I'll be surprised if we don't see a bunch of success stories over the next couple of years coming from you. Like
Thank you.
there's
God
just
willing.
there's something coming out. How much time do
My
you
bad. You my
spend?
son, he playing
Oh, you
video
good?
games,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. I was waiting for my kids to like come start pounding on the door and shit because they know I'm in the room right now. And
He
when
play a
daddy's
lot of
home, they don't
PvP.
let daddy have free time.
Yeah, ain't nothing. So the other night he broke night and I'm sleeping. I hear him yelling. I'm waking up thinking somebody breaking in my crib. I'm kicking the door open like, yo, what's wrong with you? Oh man.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, he's wild, man. He's like
Man,
me. He's
you
like
gotta
me.
tell that boy, you're like, we live in the wrong place for you to be making noise like that at this time of night.
Yeah, I'm wild out on him real quick. Yo, what's wrong with you, man? I'm sleeping. Oh my
Oh,
bad.
man. Uh,
He's still on vacation. School's almost starting, so I let him breathe. You know what I mean? But he has to hold it down when school starts.
but that's a hard thing, man. Like, I guess it gets easier as the years start or years go, but this was my oldest kindergarten year, and it's been like a fucking nightmare for me, man. I'm not used to him not being home. Now that he's home, I'm like, fuck, I don't want you home. Like, I need that 5-6 hours of peace. Not to
It's
be
different.
mean, but it,
It's a different time though, bro. Like you dealing
yeah,
with something different that I didn't have to deal with. My kids is big now, so
it's crazy, man. Like I'm kind of glad he's sick right now because El Paso like reinforced all the math stuff and like their PE right now is them walking in a circle, and I was like, that ain't
that's
PE. Like, they
crazy.
ain't
That's
doing.
slave shit, yo. Like what the
Yeah,
hell?
yeah. Like you setting up slaves. I ain't doing that shit.
Uh-huh.
Like my son's not gonna be in school to deal with that. Like
That's crazy.
not.
Yo, that's some robot shit.
But uh, I think it's y'all's school over there always starts later though, right? Because of like the snow and the breaks that you have to take.
My kids is in charter
Or
school, so they start before everybody. So regular public school will start in September. My kids start in like a week.
okay. Yeah, we've been going since the beginning of August, bro. Like August 2nd, my kids started school.
Yeah.
And then well, but they're giving them extra breaks this year for some reason. Like I remember when I grew up, you had like Thanksgiving break, you had Christmas break, like a and like he's got like breaks in October, breaks in November, breaks in December. It's like every month they get a little
And
break
don't forget
almost.
the snow days.
It's kind of crazy. Well,
Oh, you don't get
I
snow
live
where
in the
you at.
desert, bro. We don't get
Yeah,
snow
you don't
days.
get no snow. I get mad snow days out here. My kids don't go to school, but they got the online shit happening now. So,
Yeah,
things might be different.
yeah. So where do you want to where do you want to push it? And I know I kind of said this, like not size wise, but do you want to stay focused on just that like couple of recessive projects? Are you gonna, because you said you have your eye on almost everything right now. So are you gonna
I
try to
like
get into
recessive.
everything and just
Nah,
like, are
I'm
you
not.
gonna bring a
Uh,
focus, man?
yeah, I'm really picky, bro. So I'm gonna stay with what I got right now. I probably bring in some more codoms and probably some double head visuals just so I could keep the projects moving. And that's it. Like
So what
I'm
are the
pretty
main
much gonna stay
recessives?
working.
What
Well,
are the
clown
main
I guess would
recessive
be
you
one of them. Clown and hypo, and DG.
all right.
I
DG's
got
a
a little bit
staple,
of
man.
Pied. I'm not really a fanatic of Pied, but they are some Pied combos I really like. So
Yeah. DG's
yeah.
been blowing my mind, man. Like
You see, let me show you the newest one I got. Hold on.
Is that a Hector production?
Nah. So this is, let me see. This is a pastel chocolate DG hypo. See, I had with the camera out there.
Hold on. You just show that pretty snake off. That's gorgeous, man. My kid's outside the door yelling.
No. And she eat DG hypo. Let me show you the hypo clown real quick.
Oh yeah, that's gorgeous, bro. You said that was pastel chocolate hypo or DG?
This is my hypo clown.
That's gorgeous too, man. Hell yeah. You hear that?
Of course.
Hell yeah, man. Those are gorgeous.
Thank you. I'm happy, man. I open the drawers and I smile. It's a good thing.
Yeah. No, I feel you. That's what my Monarch does for me every time I open the drawer now, man. Like I got, you know, when you a kid and you feel like you got away with something you shouldn't have, and you get like that evil grin, like that shit eating grin because you know you got away with something. That's the way I fucking look every time I open that Monarch.
That's yo. I seen Hector got a few of them. They fucking amazing, man.
Yeah.
I know everybody's on the Ultra Mel trip right now, but I seen them both side by side, and I go.
We're gonna change that
every time. Yeah.
I think everyone in the Monarch game right now, that's gonna change.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
I
Ultra
ain't
Mel
dissing
have
it
his
either.
place. Ultra Mel does some shit.
Yeah.
But if I have to pick either or, I will go Monarch.
Hell yeah. So, excuse me. Are you looking to continue traveling, like hitting more shows? Are you looking at just like hitting certain shows? Like, what's your plan as far as like branding and marketing right now? Because you came in with like the swag packs and everything when you were down at Arlington. Like,
you gotta share the life.
Throw away, man.
You know what I mean? You gotta share the life. There's a lot of you guys that I've been talking to for a long time that I've never met in person. So when I had the opportunity, I'm brought gifts. That's all. But as far as traveling to other shows, I would definitely want to go to the one in Florida. I definitely want to go to the one in Cali. What else? On the one in Chicago, of course, all the big boys. But since I've been to Arlington, I don't want to miss one. You know, every time I go is a good time. So
Arlington's special, man. Like I get shit for it. Like I have a hard on for Arlington, but it's just that's my show. Like that's my home show. I think you got to be that way. Tinley, I ain't been there yet. I like every NARBC that I've been to, so I don't think they could put on a bad show. Daytona's going on this weekend. I wanted to go. I'm actually getting surgery in 2 days, so I ain't getting to go, unfortunately. But that's on the list for next year. So that Florida show is gonna definitely. It's time for me. Like I kind of made up the mind as well. Like if I want to make something out of this, I need to go and get my face out there. Like I remember my first year, I was out at all the Cali shows. Like I went to Cali 2 months in a row for shows. I drove that motherfucker.
That's real.
2 months in a row.
You had fun though?
It was great. Though
that
I
matters.
love those shows. I love those shows. they're just so I got this thing because of my time in the military. I don't do good in large crowds, and like
Mm.
Arlington's like that happy medium where it's busy, but I could step away. And like those Cali shows, man, like it almost feels like you walking through Times Square. Like you getting bumped, you're checking your pockets, you're fucking like you're worried about stuff the whole time. And I just can't relax when I'm in the Cali shows. Don't get me wrong, I love them. There's amazing animals. There's a lot of great people out there.
I just gotta experience
I
it. You
love
see how
them.
you got the
Yeah,
experience? You can say, I don't
yeah,
want to go back. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Well, no,
Like
like
the
I'm still gonna go back, but I can't do the Anaheim shows. Like they're too big. There's no getaway. You know what I mean? The smaller venue where they do Pomona, I can actually step outside and it's like this little convention area and like you can get your breath and you can like calm down for a second and go back in when you're ready. So I appreciate that place. Um, but I'll get there. Like I'm gonna keep going to Cali. Like I got too many people that have become family out there
I
that
mean,
I can't just not go.
that's what I feel. I said I gotta go see Earl and Deadly Tarantula Girl.
Earl, man, Earl's my boy. Like he keeps me locked down. I love Earl, man. He's a
He is
great
a really
mentor.
good dude. Hmm. And you can definitely just call him. That's how real it is. Like
I mean,
real
if you're
humble
willing to
guy.
do
Man.
it, you better be ready. You
Yeah.
ain't gonna have no short conversation if you call
No,
Earl, but
that's facts.
that's a good thing. It's a good thing. Like I remember my first time, man. I had to spend at least 3.5 hours on the phone with him while he was working. My wife looked at me like, "It's 2 o'clock in the morning. You need to get off the fucking phone." I was like, I know.
Yeah, we spent a couple
He's
hours
good.
on the phone a few times, man, and he got a lot to say. You
Yeah.
want, but it's
It's
who
a
else
lot of
to
knowledge.
learn from? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I'll just sit there and listen, like and give him some ideas that I was thinking about. He'd be like, "Yo, you know what though?" And he break it down to me. I'd be like, "Yo, I didn't even think about that shit. Thank you." You know. So I got a lot of good little pinpointers from him.
Oh yeah.
I definitely appreciate everything, man. It's crazy. Like I seen everybody on YouTube, and then I met everybody, and it's like, yo, this is some cool ass fucking people, bro. Like I never
Mm,
thought I'd be hanging with these people. And, you know,
right.
it's mind blowing. And I thought eventually I would, but not in the first year of doing this. You know.
Exactly. Like that's one of the things I love. You kind of brought it up earlier. Like this community is extremely welcoming to anyone that's willing to give it time. Oh man, I think my internet's going out again.
I see you fine right now.
Did you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. It's what I love about the community, though. Like, it's very welcoming for anyone that's willing to give their time to the community. You know, like they're gonna welcome you with open arms as long as you're willing to give. Like, and I don't mean give as in like money or like just give yourself, give your time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Get
Like,
that work in.
I got people that I've spent hours and hours and hours with, and they ain't never received a dime from me, man. But they're family, and they're checking in, like, hey, how are your projects? How are your animals? More importantly, how's your head and your family? You know, like
Exactly.
you
I
don't
didn't
get
want to
that
bring that
shit
up
from
earlier,
everywhere.
but yeah, I appreciate all those phone calls. I said it earlier, like it's shocking, man. I got a DM and they reached out and it was like, yo, I just wanted to tell you that you're an inspiration to me. And that shit hit like, what? Like, for what? You know what I mean? I didn't even have a clutch yet, you know? Like, and then I hit him with that because I'm a real person. I speak my mind. I'm like, I was curious, like, what the fuck you talking about? You know what I mean? I ain't nobody. And then they broke it down to me why they felt that way. And I was like, yo, I appreciate you. And I left it like that.
This is my boy. This is my boy. Like that first Cali show, I actually showed up to this dude's house after the show, and he invited me in, spent time with my kids, let me eat his food. He didn't have to let me in, you know, and he's become
Yeah.
family. Like That's my brother. He had a kid, and I've followed the entire thing. I check on my mijo at least 2-3 times a week, or at least try to. You know what I mean? Like, that's family. It's just
So,
it's something that I feel like not everyone finds, and this community has an overabundance of it if you allow it to be given.
I agree 100%.
But I forgot where I was going to go after this.
I thought I was the one smoking.
Yeah, man. Hey, those kids start yelling, dad brain goes on, man. Like, I gotta hit mute and shit, and I gotta reset, you know. That
Nah, but
good
that's a
stuff,
real
man.
shit though. Like I said, I wasn't a big people person, even though my jobs consist of me dealing with people. Like I was always kept to myself. If you see me, you see me by myself. You know what I mean? And there's no real trust, bro. But now I got trust for people, and it's crazy. Like I didn't have that really as a kid. I got like a handful of friends. I got more snake friends now than I do regular friends, and that was way unexpected. You know what I mean?
And that's I don't think we can say it enough. Like, we can go back and forth on it, man. Like, there's just you ain't gonna find people like you find in this community, and we have to support it because of what they give to us and what we're hoping to give back to them. You know what I mean? With being in New York, man, I feel like y'all really have a lot of rules that you got to deal with as far as like animals and things like that. Has there been any hindrance on like your decisions on how you want to do things based off of that?
Well, living in New York and seeing how whatever these people want to do happens, like this mandate and all that, it's scary because we don't have no voice out here. We can't say nothing about nothing because what they want is what they want. Like it happens regardless. So
Right.
I feel like eventually I do have to leave the city, regardless of how bad I want to stay. But I feel like eventually wherever I go, it's still gonna be the same shit. And it's scary, bro, because being that I'm just getting into it and I'm putting all this investment into it, it just might cave in and not even be my fault, you know? So it's something to think about.
Yeah. Going off of that, I don't always do this, but I definitely want to throw it out there. Obviously, US ARC, we talked about it. We're
Yep.
gonna work to promote it at Arlington, but go out, support US ARC because they're the only ones that have a damn voice
Mm-hmm.
for us, and they're the only ones willing to sit down in these town halls and fight with people for as long as need be and go to the courts and fight for you so you can keep your animals. So go support them, whether it's $1, it's $5, it's $40 for like the minimum membership, or even if it's just while you're sending out your snakes, make that donation. There's a little button, click on that through Ship Your Reptile. You can donate straight to US ARC every time. It is what it is. Make sure you support the people that are supporting us.
Yeah, they fight the
That
good
being
fight
said,
for sure. I don't know why they attack us so much anyway. Like I don't get it, but especially in New York, like a reptile can't even survive out here, bro.
right. Well, it ain't. I don't know. I don't want to get all political. I got my own beliefs on that. You know what I mean? I feel like you looking at every pet industry right now. Like, obviously reptiles get hit first because they ain't that cute and cuddly.
Mm-hmm.
But you got wars going on in every pet industry right now where they're trying to essentially outlaw pets in my eyes. Just one more way to control. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, take
I ain't
away
saying
everything.
that's what it's about, but it kind of feels like that's what it's about.
Are you smiling? Who say you can smile? Take that
Right,
smile away.
right. Got slave drive some way, man. Uh, but it's a good thing. It's a positive thing. Like what I do, it completes me. It makes me happy. I feel like
Exactly.
it's the same thing for you, man. I don't think you would be this far into it or put this time into it if it wasn't.
I still get surprised by even like you inviting me on to have an interview. Like when somebody invites me onto YouTube, I do it right away, and I question it every time, and I'm like, all right, let's talk, you know. But I appreciate that everybody is listening and interested in what I got coming.
Hell yeah, man. We watching. I
There's
think
one guy
so you
who
got
is on the low though, that I think he needs more attention, man. And I mentioned him earlier, and that's Las Vegas Ball Pythons. He's a sleeper,
yeah.
bro. He's gonna
He
have a
brings
lot of
heat, man.
hotness coming.
He brings heat.
You should you should tab him on one day, man. I'm pretty sure he got a lot to say.
I gotta get this damn internet fixed first, apparently. Shit. Oh man. All right, brother. It's been a little bit over an hour. That's where I'm gonna try to keep these right now.
Yeah, no doubt.
I got nothing but love for you, Jose. I'm
Likewise, my
looking
brother.
forward to Arlington, man. Like whether it's a 5-minute hangout or whatever the hell time we get.
We gotta go get drinks, man. Like we've always wind up in the bar at the end of the day shooting pool.
Yeah, yeah.
You know. So if you're ready, bro, you know where we be at.
I'll be ready, but my pocket's gonna be empty because I ain't letting no New York hustler come get. No, I'm just.
I'm not buying no
I'm just
snakes.
playing.
I swear I'm
I
not
wasn't
buying no
talking
snakes.
snakes. I was talking about I ain't playing pool with money in my pockets. I
Oh.
get
No,
some
we
guy
play
from
for
New
fun. We play for fun, and I'll
York.
buy you around.
All right, brother. I appreciate you. Y'all, thank you for tuning in. We definitely gonna have Jose on once I get these issues fixed up because I feel like I did my man an injustice a little bit tonight by
That was
having some
fun, bro.
fucked up shit. So be ready for round 2 with Jose. Y'all stay blessed. Remember, grab your damn balls.
Grab your balls, baby.
Y'all have a great night. We'll see you next week.
Bye.